Iman Gadzhi made 25 million before the age of 25. So this man right here as well made about 100k when he was 16 every year. Now, I don't know about you and how your business is going and when you just start your business, but when I was 16, I was not making 100k a year. So clearly, this man knows something that I don't. And maybe he knows something that you don't when perhaps you didn't make 25 million yet. And he said that a lot of the wealth he is making right now and he will be building over the next few years is down to AI. So I wanted to know, this man, knowing so much about making money, making a bunch of money and making this so early in his life, how does he uses AI to make his businesses better, to grow them, and to make more money? And so my name is Tim, I'm a certified expert on AI on VoiceFlow. Here's some of my testimonials, and I have spent a lot of hours, a lot of weeks without any sleep in my nights, and some dollars, which I don't want to mention right here because it's a bit of embarrassing. I spent all of that to know how this man thinks about AI, how he uses it, and what AIs he suggests to use for which specific use cases. So, starting off, Iman Gadzhi says to not compete with AI, but to use it. He says if wanting to get into business or wanting to build a new product line, it is not smart to try to compete with Google and with ChatGPT and with Microsoft and with Anthropic and with all of the big players, but just to use their product to make your own product better, to make it faster, to make it more reliable, to enhance your marketing or your business in general, but not to try to build the next AI, because likely you're not going to do that. Because quick side fact, you need a bunch of money to do that. To train your own models, to host your own models, you need amazing sums of money. And like looking at the big players, those who spend billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars every single year, like Google, just on running their AI, it's not even perfect. So don't compete with AI. You don't have the money, you don't have the time, you don't have the wisdom. Just use the AI that is already out there to make your product better. Okay, now using AI, he says that AI is supposed to make things simple. So if you're using AI for anything and it is hard or difficult or you don't understand it, then you're doing it wrong. AI is here to make things simpler, to help you do things better and quicker, and to take a lot of the boring and the complex work out of tasks and to really simplify it. So if it's too complex for you, then you're likely doing anything wrong, because it's really just choosing the right AI for whatever task you want to do, then putting your input in there for what you want them to give you out, then they give you something, and then just to correct it to prompt shoot is what we call this in the fancy AI niche, which is basically just you put an input, you get an answer, and then you read through the answer, you don't like one aspect of it, and you hit a second time, so you send a second message to correct this and to get a better output. And the fewer shots you need, the better the model. Just a quick side note on some AI speech from us nerdy AI guys. So AI makes things simple, and if you're using AI and it's complex, you're doing it wrong. But as well, AI makes things simple, so if you're not using AI, then you're doing something wrong as well. Not using AI probably, and this is what a lot of people think, is like not using the internet in the 2000s. Like, it's the next big thing. Everything's moving into AI. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the founders of Google, say that they would rather go bankrupt than to lose the race on AI. And if the third most valuable company in the world says it would rather go bankrupt than to lose the race on AI, then it might as well be reasonable for you to start investing a little bit into using AI for yourself. As well, Iman Gadzhi thinks to use specific tools and not generalized ones. We will come in a moment to which tools he actually uses for which tasks, but he thinks that having one specific task and using one specific AI tool that is designed to solve this one certain problem is much more efficient and much better than using an AI that could theoretically do it all, but does it all bad. It's like going to a doctor that basically can do everything. It's like if you have a brain tumor, you go to some doctor because they all have to do something with medicine, rather than to go to a neurologist, like the ones who operate in the brain. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but the ones who do the thing with the brain. Rather go to them if you have a tumor in your brain than to go to some doctor because thinking they are all doctors that do all the same. This is the same here. You want to use a specific tool for your specific task rather than using like one tool who is supposed to be able to do it all, but by extension can just do everything mediocrely. Now, further, he's a marketing guy, so I took this out of his marketing, but I still think there's a lesson here. He says to execute now because there's enough people in your niche who are already using AI who are out competing you. And I think there's some truth to that, because AI is a race of speed, like anything. If you've been in business for a few years, you know business is a game of speed. AI is here to make things faster. So if business is a game of speed and AI is here to make things faster, that is its sole purpose, then not using AI would be like saying, okay, I'm not into business. I have a business, I'm running my own business, but I'm not really into making any money here or into like making any profits. I just like the struggle, I don't know. So I don't use AI because I want it to be hard. It's kind of like that. So the point of the game is to be fast, and you have the tool that makes you fast. Not using it, I wouldn't recommend. And this is because speed and adoption are competitive advantages. Let's look at Darwin. Darwin and his theory of evolution. We know, or from his theory, he says that adoption is the thing that makes a species thrive and survive. So in biology, right, through mutation, you have one father and one mother and they make a child, but through mutation in the genes, the child is a little bit different than the mother, and a little bit different than the father, and a little bit different than everyone else. And if this one mutated gene that this new child giraffe, let's say, has, allows him to, because he's a longer neck, so it can better reach the trees that are far up, he's going to better survive because he has more food to eat because he can reach those higher trees. And this means that his mutated gene with a longer neck will, over time, when he reproduces, be seen again in his children as well, who will then have as well longer necks and then can better eat, and so all of the giraffes will have longer necks. So anyone who isn't capable of adapting or who was not adapted by nature will die sooner or later. This means that we as humans, as we have the God-given gift to change things ourselves and to change our environment because we're smart enough for that, we should, because otherwise we die or we lose in business, which is a bit less dramatic, but you get the effect. And AI is the point to adapt to right now, essentially. And one last point he makes before we're going to jump into all of the tools he uses is that do not fear job loss. No matter what industry you're in, if you're in software development or if you're in whatever, do not fear job loss because AI is going to as well create a lot more new jobs. Yes, it's going to replace some. Yes, it's going to dramatically change the jobs that are currently existing, but as well, it's going to create new jobs. And as well, these jobs aren't so badly paid as well. I mean, AI researchers are getting paid more than footballers, right? There's a lot of AI research who have a higher yearly salary than Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think there's a lot of money to be made in this industry and there will be new jobs. So he says, do not fear job loss. There will be new jobs. Now, to the tools he uses. The first tool he uses is to create clips of his YouTube videos. Iman Gadzhi has 2 YouTube channels at least. He uploads videos very frequently, very highly edited, and he says that he uses, or at least he suggests his clients and the people he works with to use tools that edit these long videos into short clips, which he then can upload to his YouTube channel. One tool that he says is Opus Clip. Opus Clip is probably the most famous tool in this industry of taking podcasts or long form videos and cutting them into shorter ones. Opus right now, this is now my opinion, has a watermark on it, pretty fat, so you have to pay for it to unlock all of the features and to not have that watermark. The AI I use is called Crusoe. It has no watermark, it has a lot of free credits, so I just do all of my videos with that. They get into shorts. It is the same quality as Opus, really, and just doesn't have that watermark. But that's my opinion. He says Opus Clip is the best for that. As well, obviously, he uses ChatGPT. That is for idea generation, he says, for copywriting, and for his marketing and funnels, and for his emails, plus for problem solving. So whenever he wants to have an idea, or he has a problem, or he needs some ideas for marketing emails or for copy in general, he will just go to ChatGPT, tell him about this problem, this email he needs to write, or whatever the ideas he needs, and then lets them be generated with ChatGPT to have like a rough direction to go into with these things. So pre-write an email, then check over it, change certain things, idea generation. I'm not going to go too much in depth into here because I guess all of you know ChatGPT and all of you know how to use it for idea generation and have used it at least once. So tool number 3 is tools for creating websites. Websites is this big thing. It's like having your own card on the internet. It's like having an actual profile on the internet, something to show for. So having a website is not necessarily to get clients over, but just to have something. If someone is looking for you, you just have something to show for. But creating a website or creating a professional website can be really annoying. There's a lot of stuff going into that. You may not know how to code, or at least not how to code the perfect website. You may not have the time. So having AI tools that can do that is really cool. And the tool he suggests is 10web.io. It's this basically enterprise, really high level tool to create these websites. The tool I used, and this is now my opinion again, is Hostinger. It is way cheaper than 10web, and it basically has the same functions. I chose it because of how much cheaper it is, because I'm not really that much into websites. But if you are a bit more and you want it to be done really well, then 10web is the enterprise solution. Otherwise, to anyone, I can say Hostinger. By the way, all of these links to all of these tools he suggests and to my own opinions on which tools I would use is all in the video description, so you don't have to like type it into Google. You can just go to the video descriptions and click the links you think you need. And then he uses Tidio. If you are a software company or you are anywhere in software or IT, which I hope because this channel is specifically for software and IT, then you might know the problem of customer support. You have this documentation for your software. It's all written out, it's all there, but still you're getting asked questions all of the time about, hey, how do I do this? Where can I find this feature? How does this work? And you've just written it all in the documentation. This can be really annoying. So he suggests to use Tidio, which is a tool you can use to build chatbots, essentially, to automate all of that. You just have to upload this documentation. It will be trained, or it will train the AI on the documentation, and then anyone who interacts with the AI can just ask questions and get the answers. This is cool for staff, this is cool for clients, this is cool for leads, etc. Because they can just ask a question, get the answer, and they don't have to annoy you or anyone else in the company who could be working on making money. Now, my opinion again, I think it's better to build these types yourself, because the interaction with the customer is the most important one you have throughout your entire business. And I think there is no one single tool who can handle all of this perfectly. So I think you should definitely get someone who's professional in building these automations themselves, like me or anyone else, if for some reason you don't like me, or to just build it yourself if you have the time. If you don't, but you still want to build it yourself, the first link in the video description should be the link to my school community. In there, you can get a whole chatbot for free. It has a whole step-by-step tutorial on how to do all of that. It will take about 10 minutes and you don't have to spend a penny. So I think it's the best option for you, honestly, because it's free and it's your own chatbot. You can just build around with it however you like. Then that's the first link in the description. The next tool on his list is DocuAsk. So whenever he gets sent really long offers or really long PDFs, he says he puts that into DocuAsk, which is basically this AI who reads through all of the documents, breaks them down, and he then can just ask for summaries for a certain point in this documents to understand them quicker and shorten this interaction with it. So without needing to read for 100 hours in this document, it's just 10 minutes asking the most important things, and then he's done with that. As well, Iman Gadzhi works with a lot of Microsoft tools, he says, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of these. And for that, he says he has a Office 365 subscription, the one with Copilot. So he uses Copilot in all of these applications to create presentations automatically or with AI, to work in Excel with AI, to work in Word with AI. I don't know how much it costs to have this Copilot upgrade, but if you're working with any of these tools within Microsoft, Iman Gadzhi says it is a real game changer to just have Copilot within Excel and being able to like analyze this row, tell me the median in this entire sheet of whatever. Here is my costs in this, tell me how much I've spent last year, or I need to do a professional presentation in PowerPoint, make me a business presentation, make me a business plan within PowerPoint. All of these things, which can take a lot of time, are really quickly done if you just have this Copilot integration just in there. Another tool Iman Gadzhi has on his list of his favorite tools is Adobe Firefly. This is to create images basically. It is, in my opinion again, it is not so good in creating realistic images. So if you need anything really realistic, I think the one in ChatGPT, so making images with ChatGPT is really good to have this realism. Otherwise, Midjourney is the absolute goat, best one ever for image generation. It costs a lot of money as well, but it's absolute like top notch. But for these more like animation types or product images, Adobe Firefly is as well free and a really good option to at least get started with. Then for his marketing, and if you know Iman Gadzhi, he's like a marketing genius of our generation. He uses Synthesia AI, which is an AI to create AI avatars. So basically an AI person that is generated and can talk about your product, your offer, do your marketing, etc. You can as well connect this to 11 Labs to create the voice. So you have a really realistic voice with 11 Labs. You connect this to Synthesia, and then you have this 8 out of 10 realistically looking AI avatar, and then connect this to this voice, and you have this realistic voice with this sort of realistic avatar. As well, you can create avatars of yourself who then look like you, and they actually look like you, which is pretty scary, but as well cool because you can just pump out 100 ads a day and see which one performs best. So you're just way quicker in this. And as we learned in the beginning, the quicker you are, the better. Tool number, I don't know. Actually, I don't know which tool it is, but it is the next tool on this list is ghostwriter.os. And this is an AI for emails, for marketing copy, for funnel copy, etc. Just like we had with ChatGPT in the beginning, this is what he talked about with generalized tools like ChatGPT versus specialized tools like Ghostwriter OS. So Ghostwriter is specifically for marketing copy in emails, on websites, and funnels, and so on. Now, my opinion again, I think Jasper AI is the best one here. It costs more money possibly, yes, but it is as well, I think, the better and more reliable option for actual marketing copy versus Ghostwriter OS. And then I found some other use cases that he uses AI for, but I didn't find any specific tools for. If you know anything else about him which I have missed in this video, or you know the tools that he uses for this, you can just leave a comment below. I would love to learn more about this. So he uses AI for lead qualification. I can imagine he does this with a chatbot who's able to answer over phone or over email or over his website directly. So anyone who interacts with this can be labeled and qualified as a lead. Does this fit to my business? Can I solve his, or can we solve his problems? Such stuff. This is as well really cool with like having one chatbot who's able to answer over email, telephone, and web chat and social media and so on, is able to filter that and analyze that and send reviews to you so you can see, okay, this is the most asked question, this is how many leads we got, here's some sales opportunities and stuff. By the way, I have developed a system like this for software companies, so if you like are interested in automating your customers and your lead qualification and stuff, then you can click on the second link in the video description and book a call with me directly there, because I have made a system like that for software companies. If you think this could be cool for you, then second link in the video description, you can go there. As well, he uses AI for sales sequences. So as well, in these chatbots, which I've just told you about, he says that he makes custom product recommendations. So he has a lot of products, a lot of different courses. He has WOP, he has his agencies and so on. And so whenever a user interacts with him, obviously he doesn't know which of these, let's call it 10 products he has, would be the best one for him. So he has AI to qualify the lead, which we had in step 1, but now it's making a personalized offer. So let's say you could be a good fit for our marketing agency. Here you can book a call for a marketing agency or such. So you can make personalized offers. Here this WOP could be a cool thing for you because of XYZ, and then it can sell or qualify into the call to action which is connected to this product, like book a call or go here and buy this or whatever. And as well, he does this to analyze his content strategy, because like in YouTube, for example, you can just download the data of your YouTube from the past year, for example, and if you then upload that into AI like Perplexity, for example, or like ChatGPT, it can analyze that data to tell you which titles have been the best, which thumbnails may have been the best, which descriptions, which keywords, and so on, which is then really easy to make better decisions for his future content. And as you know from his channels, he has like 6 million subscribers on just his main channel. So it seems to work, is what I'm saying. It seems to work. So he knows how to use AI, and especially how to use AI for his content. And with that being said, if you want to have a free chatbot, as I said, this is the first link in the video description. If you want to have this whole system and your whole customer support automated with lead qualification and stuff, this is the second link in the video description for you. And then as well, there's a bunch of tools that he mentioned, or I mentioned in this video, he uses in the video description. And with that being said, this is the end of this video. You can go ahead and watch this video right now. YouTube thinks you will like it. So I'll see you over there. Goodbye.